ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
If I can't do it, homie, can't be done.
VIP me put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
Hold out here for a pill. When he tryna get this money for real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up? It is Alex, the fantasy football hustler, back at you. And playoffs, week 1. Man, let's hear it. Put it in the chat. Who was someone that saved you in week 15? Who was someone that fucked you in week 15? And that could be someone on your team. That could be someone who you went against. Shout out to Johnny, who said, who else is crossing their fingers tonight, hoping Derrick Henry teams advance to the next week? Come on, man. Come on. I wish. All my Derrick Henry teams are pretty much stagnant right now. And Eli the Reaper, Gibbs, RB1 rest of season. I mean, is he an RB1 top 12? Yeah, sure. I don't know about the RB1. And Seawolves, what up? What'd Seawolves say? Started Waddle, Tracy, Juwan Jennings. Let's see. Sitting at the bottom, I got 20 points from Cincy defense. Who you calling out this week? Man. Yeah, we got a lot of people to call out. Chef Rand said the bye week was lovely. I mean, it was lovely for all my it was lovely for all the what's it called? All my teams that were on bye. Man, I need Monday. I need Monday to be good. Because we're going good as of right now. But man, we do need some Monday Night Miracles. Jonathan won against AJ Brown, St. Brown, James Conner, need 4 from Darnold, and I get the win. Let's go. Devonta Smith and the flex saved me against Lamar. Man, not a lot of people were getting saved by Lamar. I mean, not a lot of people were getting saved from Lamar. Sorry, sharing this to Facebook. All right. Okay, let's get ready to smoke it up. All right. Here we go. Johnny, 72 playoff teams, 36 buys, looking like I'm going to advance 50% this week. Allen was my savior. Lamar is my mortal enemy. Man, and for everyone watching this on replay right now, let me see. Hold on. Let me put Rumble up just to make sure I don't miss any Rumble comments while I'm here. Shout out to peeps who've been rocking on Rumble. Here's the link. Head over there. And Lamar Jackson. 47 points. Man. Josh Allen. Goff. Baker, Aaron Rodgers, man, Hurts all over 30 points this week. Man, those guys like really, really saved it. Shout out to Johnny who just hopped in over on Rumble. Shout out to Ghost Monkey. Said what up, play? I bet 14 parlay, KC under, Philly under for 200, Denver push, not 3-team parlay. Those were golden. Nice. Running backs, James Conner, Spears, Chase Brown, Gibbs, Cook, all above 25 points. Great games for those guys. How about Adams, 43, Evans, St. Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., Devonta Smith, CD Lamb, Terry McLaurin, AJ Brown, all above 25 points. Jonnu Smith, 20 points. Strange, 18. Laporta, 18. McBride, 18. Dude, how did Tennessee have two tight ends that scored 14 and 15 points? Fucking sucks, man. Fucking sucks. TJ Watt. Let's see what happens with him. He got 31 points. Cam Jordan, Nick Benito, Kobe Turner, Micah Parsons, all above 25. Levante David, Demario Davis, TJ Watt, Zaire Franklin, Nick Benito, Fred Warner, Micah Parsons, Alex Highsmith, Micah McFadden, Chad Rosenboom, all above 25 points. Who's this? Brandon Jones? Yeah, Brandon Jones. Dane Belton, Brian Branch, Stingley. Man, Stingley killed it with his 2 INTs. Mike Hilton, Trent McDuffie, all above 25 points. All above 25 points. All right. And Andre lost RB2 Monty. I'm cooked unless Braylon Allen gets the job. Yeah, you have no other RBs besides Monty, though. And Chef ran my opponent for week 16 as Gibbs. Ooh, Pod Sunset, I lost Monty too. Yeah, let's blow one out for Monty. I mean, it's really all that we could do at this point. Johnny said McFadden's a beast with Okereke out for sure. Andre said, yeah, bro, my RB1's Kyret. Backups are Kareem and Allen. Shit, yeah, that sucks, bro. Just be on the lookout, man. Like Jerome Ford. Like, what about Jerome Ford? Like this week, like there's gonna be people that you could pick up. And don't forget, here's one thing to remember. If you only have like 7 starters, like in your team, like like 7 starters, just for all of your fantasy football like squads. The RB2 and the tight end are probably the weakest out of all of those, no matter what. And you still got other spots that you can get hitters in. And no matter what anybody thinks, let's not forget about the other half of this coin. Jameis Winston, 2 points. Brock Purdy, 5 points. Tua, 8 points. Stafford, 8 points. Russell Wilson, 9 points. Kyler Murray, 10 points. Let's not forget that people can still do that. Even though we think we know exactly what everybody's going to do, we don't. How about these running backs? Nick Chubb, 3 points. Out. Najee Harris, 3 points. Tank Bigsby, 3 points. Javonte Williams, 4 points. Tracy, 5 points. Pacheco, 6 points. Derrick Henry, 7 points. I know Monty got hurt, but he still only got 8 points. Chuba Hubbard, 9 points. Jonathan Taylor, 9 points. Barkley, 9 points. Stevenson, 10 points. Mixon, 11 points. Brian Robinson Jr., 12 points. Like, we just got to remember, as much as we think that we know is what is going to happen, I'm sure a lot of those players right there, we all thought were going to do way better than what they did. How about for the wide receivers? And shout out to Kelly on Facebook. What up, what up? Let's see. Elijah, I want to score more, 2. There's a lot of people with 3 and 4 points who are just a lot of nothing. Debo, 5 points. Marvin Harrison Jr., 5 points. Juwanna Man Jennings, 5 points. Who else? JSN, 8 points. DeAndre Hopkins, 9 points. MVS, 9 points. Actually, not that bad for him. Pittman and Ridley, 9 points. Tyreek Hill, 10 points. Thielen, 10 points. Flowers, 11 points. So no matter what, I'm just going to say it. Like, if we're nervous about going into week 16, we don't know what anybody is going to do, right? Cup, 0 points. He's like, I'm looking at people with points. I didn't even go low enough to see Cup at his 0 points to be reminded of that. So that, just if doesn't matter if we think that we're down and out, okay? We got to think positive as long as the week. I mean, I'm talking about next week. If you're already done for this week, it is what it is. If you got Monday Night Miracles that you need to happen, whether it's someone sucking or someone doing great, either way, we don't know what's going to happen yet. And we got to just think positive the rest of the way. Andre said Gibbs about to go nuclear. I mean, maybe he should by everything that we think he should. Oh, Kelly said Monty out, Gino out. Yeah. Andre said with Chubb out, Ford should get the full workload from here on out, right? I don't think he's going to be 100%, but I bet he's above 80 and, I bet he's above 75, 80%. So at least 3/4 of the work, if not a little bit more. And Andre said I'm about to spend 75 fab on him. I mean, you have to. This is someone who is going to be a starting running back in the NFL right now. No matter how we think of it, that is valuable at this point. It is valuable. So yes, I mean, this is drop all your fab, because if you don't make it past this week, you ain't made, there's nothing else. I mean, unless you have like the 3rd place games or whatever, but outside of that, yeah, spend it all. And Podson, you think Ford cooks this week? Let me go see who they play. I don't even know who they play. And regardless of who they got the Bengals, man. That's a good matchup. That's a good matchup. So do I think he cooks? I mean, I think he'll be the hottest free agent who's doing cooking out there. Johnny said Taylor dropping that TD at the goal line was a doofus play of the weekend. Dude, I don't get it. Okay. If I scored a touchdown, I know in high school you can't spike, and I think even in college you might not be able to spike. But once to the NFL, I just don't get it. Why would you not do something where you use the ball in your celebration so you just don't drop it? LT, for example, he did, it was it was goofy. He did the little woo, and then would just toss the ball up. But he couldn't do that until he already scored, I mean, why? You couldn't hold it for one more step? You couldn't hold it for one more step and do a 360 and fucking just slam dunk it into the ground. Come on. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. And yes, Ford's the guy now. Yes, sir. And yes, I mean, he should be a decent floor play because we assume that he is going to get, let's say 10 to 18 rushes and 2 to 6 receptions, that should keep his floor high, or at least, high enough to where we don't think that he's going to be one of these guys that we're talking shit about who got 3 points, And yeah, the Bengals. Yes, that's a good matchup for the running backs, right? I mean, if you don't have Ford, that needs to, if you need a running back, that needs to be the number one pickup, because we already know Gibbs isn't you're not going to go pick up Gibbs. We can look at some of the random running backs out there, but dude, there's just what running back are we gonna go get from the Lions that is gonna get enough work in the playoffs to where we feel comfortable? It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. And what up, Frank? What's going down? He said, I'm late, but I'm here, my dudes. Yes, sir. Let's get it. So we talked about a lot of the guys who killed it for us this week, bringing us home. Some first round playoff matchups. Yes, sir. And Bakes, shout out to Bakes. What up, bro? On Rumble. All right. Yeah, it is. It was a good and bad start to the playoffs for sure. It was a good and bad start to the playoffs. Shout out to Toyota One who just jumped in. Because if we had Cup, you might have got screwed. A lot of the 49ers, you might have got screwed. Derrick Henry, you might have got screwed. But one thing that I'll say is no matter what, I just like there was such good matchups that it didn't like we don't want to let these guys fuck us, man. Like there was so much good action that those guys didn't have to fuck us. I hope you had some of these guys that I'd been talking about all year who actually ended up like killing it. Because in single QB leagues, like, man, it's funny. I saw someone on Facebook. They were like, I hate all these analysts on the major sports networks telling me to draft QB late. And it's so funny because like, let's just look at some of the QBs from like yesterday, for example, who like had the big games. I mean, of course we know. Oh shit! And you know what? I didn't refresh the page. Goff was the highest quarterback on the week. But how about just him in general? Goff was a late QB. I know he had a couple of shitty games, throughout the time. But let's see how many games he actually had, like under 20 points and over 20 points. So let's see. First 3 games under 20 points. 4, 5, 6. 7 games under 20 points. That's not good. Let's see the over 20 point games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dead split. 7 games over 20 points, 7 games under 20 points. But if you played the matchups properly, you might have had some good golf games, right? Because, actually, I guess Green Bay wasn't even that good of a matchup. He just did great. I guess Buffalo wasn't that good of a matchup. He just did great. And Monique said, Hustler, you almost saved me. Still lost by a couple points, but you told me to start the Bengals D, which almost helped me. Oh, man. Yeah, sometimes it just, who'd you go against that ruined it for you? Because I know that a lot of people lost this week, not necessarily because of how good their team did or how bad their team did. A lot of people lost because they just happened to go up against a top scorer at a position. And that sucks, man. Like if you went up against Adams, like that sucks. Really, any of the like Adams, Evans, Amon Ra, Brian Thomas Jr., like any of those guys set you at a disadvantage. And then if you went against a James Conner, Gibbs, Brown, damn, right there, Lamar and Devontae. Yep. See, it's just like, you go against like 1 or 2 of those guys on the same team. It makes it so hard to bounce back from. But, that's why we love fantasy football. And that's why we hate fantasy football. Damn it. And Frank said, my situation, PPR down 28 with Jacoby Myers, Bowers. He only has Addison. What do you think going in? Sleeper has me a 31% chance to win. I like my odds a lot. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, the being down 28 part, like that part kind of sucks. But I mean, if Addison goes nuclear, you're going to lose either way. As long as he has like a somewhat regular game, like Myers is going to get fed over there. I mean, it's going to be volume. It might not be like great volume depending on who the QB is. But yeah, there should be a shitload of volume for Myers no matter what. And then, I mean, Bowers, he's been nothing but volume the entire year. So yeah, I mean, shit, you legit might get 20 plus catches just out of those guys. I mean, we've seen both guys get double-digit catches like in a game. So, I mean, that's 20 points right there. And that's not even mixing in any yardage, not mixing any touchdowns or anything like that. So, yeah, I definitely like your situation. And they're going up against like the team that has been giving up the most yards and points to like wide receivers, and Bowers is used like a wide receiver. So yeah, Toyota won. He said, pulled off the win in my home league, 281 to 267. Oh, no. 280. Oh, shit. 287, 51 to 286, 17. Whoo. What a slim margin right there. And Toyota won. Who do you think, like, who would you contribute to, like, being your MVP of week 15 anyways for your squad? Like, who is the guy who got you over that hump, only winning by less than 1.5 points? I mean, that's a slim margin of victory right there. Frank said, salute, Hush, your football intellect brings me solace. I like it. He says, smoke it up, this dab's for you. Appreciate you, bro. You know what, I'm gonna have to mix in a dab with you as well. Man, I wish I could be right about everything, but it's just impossible. I'm glad that I'm glad that a lot of peeps who watch during the live streams, that you guys don't just watch for like 1 or 2 minutes, hear one take, and then judge me like off of that. Because there might be a lot of takes that people don't agree with if you boil it down to like 30-second clip, you know, shit like that. But like when you get the entire answer and you get all the logic and, you know, reasoning behind it, I think a lot of people will know that I know my shit, you know, and like there's some takes that people don't agree with, but at least I have like the logic and stuff on my side of like why, you know, I think the way that I do about stuff. And but appreciate you, Frank. And Bake said, beneath these clothes is a man. Beneath this man is his nucleus. Oh, yeah. Jennifer said, sad about Monty, one of my favorites. Yeah, and like everybody who has Gibbs probably hates Monty, you know, but I really feel like Gibbs and Monty being a 1-2 punch, like that was one of the things I felt that really, really gave the Lions an edge with their offense when it comes to a lot of teams. Because, you know, go back and look at like how the Giants like won their Super Bowls. It was never like one running back who was there. It was always like, you know, a thunder and lightning, or like even like I think the last one, it was like a 3-headed monster that they had when they won that second one over Brady. And like that's a big hit for the Lions, losing Monty. Like for sure, that is a huge hit for like real NFL football. And them like Super Bowl chances like could even be hurting them. Yeah, man, it sucks because Monty's he's been through a lot of bad teams, like with the Bears. He was on the Bears, for crying out loud, for the first handful of years of his career. And like, man, that sucks to get hurt like right now when they're legit a top 4 team in the NFL. I mean, I don't think that's even debatable. I don't even know if that's debatable, them being a top 4 team in the NFL anymore. Last year, people might have debated, even though they went to the conference championships. And Frank said, I think sometimes it's hard to agree with it because of personal bias and hard-baked opinions, and I don't always agree with you. But one of us has to be right. Yeah, see, there you go. And like there's a lot of times where I've changed my opinion based on what people have said in the chat and just get me to like think in a different way. And you guys have seen it happen live, you know, like, I mean, I'm not someone who's so stuck in my ways that I can't, that I can't change an opinion right on the spot or change an opinion after the fact. There's some people who live and die on their opinions no matter what. And in sports, this shit changes all the time. Zach said there's 2 NFL games this Saturday and 3 college football games this Saturday. Lots of football. Hell yeah. Dude, I totally forgot about the Saturday games coming up. What are the Saturday games? Texans, Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens. Ooh. Patrick Mahomes going to play for that one. And Zach, do I start Pollard or Jaden Reed next week? As of right now, I'm saying Pollard. I literally haven't looked at any matchups yet. So just make sure, tuck that one in your back pocket and make sure you come back for that. And Toyota One said, in that league with Josh Jacobs, but I've been winning with your start sit suggestions, especially in the 10-man, everyone just had studs. So I got waivers guys that helps me a lot. Thanks, Huss. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And Russell on Rumble, he said, I'm slated to lose, not because of my opponent's team, but guys underperforming. Chuba, Kittle, Cup, Henry, Sutton, even A-Chain on the bench wouldn't have helped me. Yeah, that sucks, man. Like, yeah, I've seen, like, you know, when you play in enough leagues, you kind of see it all. And like, I see it from other people. I see it from myself where, I mean, shit, luckily, a lot of my teams that were going this week, I just had some of these guys that went off, you know, like I got lucky having the right combinations in some of these dynasty leagues, you know, because like I'm going to overcome a Derrick Henry, you know, in a 32-man league, no less. I'm going to overcome Demarcus Robinson and Derrick Henry in a league. Luckily, everyone else on my team just like completely went off, you know. It sucks, dude. And I've been there, Russell. It sucks to have guys who've been hitting all year and they collectively decide, you know, and that's how we feel because they're all on our team. They all collectively at the same time just feel like they're going to take a week off. And it sucks, man. Like, it's great if we're on a bye, but yeah, if we're not on a bye, that shit sucks. And luckily, I know that I have a few Derrick Henry teams that are on a bye, thankfully. And 2 out of 1, there's Christmas games too. Yeah. So when is Christmas? What date is Christmas? Isn't that like a Wednesday? Yes, that's what's crazy, man. Yeah, Christmas, a Wednesday. Man, you know what? What the hell, dude? The Chiefs, yeah, they play on Christmas also. And the Ravens. Dude, what? Who else? And the Texans. Damn. See, like, that's messed up. I mean, I know that you want to have the, like, I mean, I guess what sucks is, like, we just have to blame the calendar for, like, for Christmas being on a Wednesday. Because if it was on a Thursday, it'd be great. Like, you just have a couple Thursday games, you're all good. Damn, and that's week 17. That's week 17, and we're gonna have multiple guys on short rest. Some of our studs too. Yeah, Russell said the teams playing on Christmas and Saturday play each other. Well, except the Bears, right? The Bears are all. Or wait, let me see. Hold on. Oh, okay, yeah. 100% right. Yeah. So they're just flip flopping. So Chiefs play the Texans, Ravens play the Steelers, and then the Chiefs play the Steelers, Ravens play the Texans. Yeah. And on a short week, man, like, dude, why? That sucks. I mean, I guess that's the best that they could have done, right? Like, make those games the Saturday games or whatever, and then because they got the short rest. But and in week 17, man, like that makes it even more crazy. It really does. And Toyota One said also won against Josh Allen in that home league. I had Tua even starting. Whoo, man, nice. And I said the teams, yeah. And then Toyota won mid-game weeks. They could not be good. Yeah, like that sucks. Podson, Wentz, Randler, Rudolph, Sam Howell, Tim Boyle, DTR would be my options after losing Levi's. Oh, man. Ooh, Godspeed. We'll talk tomorrow about that. Podson loves Saturday games. More Saturday games, please, Mr. Goodell. Yeah, I mean, we have is it this week the week 16 and 17. We have both Saturday games, right? Oh no, there's no Saturday games in week 17. Usually we have a couple, but it's probably because of the Christmas games. Yeah, because normally there is like 2 Saturday games as well, week 17. But yeah, none there. Interesting. Yeah, week 17, we don't even have times on a handful of games. I guess it's going to depend on who's still in it or whatever. And hey, Captain Spock, salute, homie. So what's up, 420? Salute. I went 7-0 last week. Woo, 5-1 this week. One team on by, 6 of 7 teams still alive. Nice. And Captain Spock, don't forget, we got to get you into some of the playoff leagues that I do for the NFL playoffs. Going to be sending out the first wave of links today for anybody who's already got into a specific style of league. There's $20 buy-ins, 35, 55, offense only, offense plus IDP, and then fast drafts and slow drafts. So options for everybody. And Andre said, definitely want either Hurts or Josh on my squad. Josh Allen on my squads next year. See, that's the thing, though. Like, people say that they want them, but then when it comes to like having to draft them in the second round, because sometimes you do, even in a single QB league, people say that's too rich, But like when you win weeks because of those guys in week 15, 16, 17, you don't even think about that second round, pick. I like Superflex because you are forced to get those guys early. Single QB, like the thing that's crazy about fantasy football, which we all love, there is not only one way to win a championship when it comes to the draft. And I think that that's one thing that that a lot of people like really forget, because there are people who, I'm drafting a QB early. I'm drafting a QB late. I'm drafting a tight end early. I'm drafting a tight end late. I'm going to go wide receiver, running back, wide receiver. I'm going to go running back, quarterback, whatever. And whatever the fuck, the equation is, because that's all that is. That's the equation. That's how we're piecing this like thing together. I've won taking QBs early in single QB leagues. I've won taking QBs late. One of the best single QB leagues that I won ever, because like I despised all the people that I was in the league with after the fact. It was Lamar Jackson 2019, and I picked him as like a 12th or a 13th round pick as my second quarterback. And I picked Cam Newton as my first. There was only one game that year that Lamar Jackson didn't start for me, and that was week 1. And like, if you hit on those late quarterbacks, it's awesome. But then there's also like, who was a late Aaron Rodgers, like he hit yesterday and he's hit like at certain times, but he couldn't have been the only QB that you ran with this entire time. Jared Goff, like same thing. Like he's had his off weeks, and then now what's he doing? Just killing it for you last couple weeks, but it's like, you got to weather the storm a little bit. So that's why even in single QB leagues, I'm a huge advocate of having like 2 QBs, because like sometimes even 3. That's why I like more bench spots, because you need guys for the matchups. And like, there's going to be people who you drop too early at QB. It always is like that. Always. Whoo, playoffs. We love it, man. We love it. And yeah, for everybody who didn't hear me, I said it yesterday. I don't think we've done an award show for like a year or two. But we're going to be doing an award show. Patreon's going to be the place where you can vote. So I'm going to come up with, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 categories, something like that. And then I'll post them on Patreon. And then with like, I don't know, anywhere from 10 to 15 people that we want to throw in to that category. And then it'll be like the top 5 who get voted on. That's who will make it, to the actual award show. So yeah, that'll be how we get the nominees. And then, we'll pick a time that everybody can come in live and vote and everything, because that's what we'll do. We'll just have everybody voting we'll have everybody voting during the show on whatever category, and whoever gets the most votes wins. There you go. Toyota once said, hopefully my best ball will survive till week 17. Need to get week 15 first. Yeah, I legit. So I don't know who, like, I've gone through and I've just looked at my scores. I don't remember who's on my team in any of these best balls. It's been so long, and I know I had Derrick Henry and Saquon on a bunch of these, and like them not showing up probably hurt me. I know I had a lot of Cup as well. I'm sure that hurt me. But I know there's one team that I'm going to be moving on. There might only be one team that moves on for me. We got to see what happens in these Monday night games, but yeah, I'm nervous. I think only one of my teams might be moving on. That team's really good. It's the best team that I've had pretty much all year. But yeah, I think I don't know if I have anybody left, but I scored 397. That should be that better be good enough to get to fucking the next week, because there's gonna be 200 and something teams that move on. I don't know the exact number. I have it written down on the spreadsheet somewhere. But yeah, there's going to be 200 and something teams that move on. 397 better get me to the next round. It better, because we've never had 300 teams score over 400 like in a week. Like we've tracked every team every week and all that. And hey, shout out to King D, shout out to the LBC. What up, homie, on Rumble. And yeah, I know we've had 100 and something teams that have scored over 400 at one point. Yeah, so I'm hoping that my team with 397, if I don't have any other players, I don't know if I have any other players that are still there to go, because I can only go up from 397. But did you guys check any best ball scores as of yet? What's some best ball scores that you have? I know Noble's team scored 418. I don't know if he has any players left, but man, he got right around 420. And I'm sure that his team's going to be moving on. And shout out to Pam. What up? All right, Toad One said, yeah, need this Monday games to finalize my best ball teams. Hopefully help me move on. Yeah, I know I have Bijan in some places, but I don't know if I have Bijan on any of my I don't know if I have Bijan on any of my like playoff teams, Kirk, I'm sure I have some Kirk Cousins. I don't know if he's on any of my playoff teams though. Yeah, see, that's what's crazy is like we did so many drafts, like I didn't remember who's on any of my teams. It's almost better that way, It's almost better that way. And Podson, why do you think the Bills Pats is being flexed to 1 p.m.? It probably has to do with the Bills being a playoff team, being playoff seeding wise. It's probably like if someone loses or something like before that, it could make that game worthless. But if like someone wins and it's like the Bills need to win, maybe it's something. Maybe it's something like that. Let's look at the standings. Yeah, because the Steelers are see, that doesn't make sense though, because they play the next day. But it's the Steelers. It's the Steelers that are 10-3 as well. Huh. But yeah, that kind of doesn't make sense though on like why that game would be flexed back. Yeah, because they play on hold on, wait, where are you saying maybe it's just not updated, but where was it flexed? What week? Is it week 16? Oh, totally is. I refreshed it and now it's there. Yeah, I wonder why. Because yeah, the Steelers are playing on Saturday, so like that doesn't really make a difference. The Patriots, well, I mean, the Patriots are 3-11, so like that doesn't make any sense. Oh, maybe it was because the Bills won. Maybe it was because the Bills won, because I had to refresh. It still said 10-3, but now they're 11-3, and the Steelers are 10-4. Maybe it was something because of the Steelers losing. Maybe. I don't know. Very interesting though. I'll go through the standings here. We'll see how everything's shaping out without the what's it called? Without the Monday night games in the mix. Terry one said best ball teams in playoff contention are in the 350 range with tonight's game still going. There's still some players to play to advance my points. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, and we got 4 games tonight. So I mean, there's teams with Brock Bowers that are like in the mix, and Jacoby Myers, and I mean, shit, obviously the Vikings players, and then the Bears. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some Bears players that I'm sure are on playoff teams. And then who else? And then the Falcons. Yeah, you already know the Falcons. There's going to be some players over there that are on playoff teams. So yeah, this is going to be like those games that push teams over the 400 range. And just a reminder for everyone who's super antsy about knowing if you advance or not. You probably will not know until either Wednesday or Thursday. I'm going to be working hard to get all the teams like updated. But it is it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. There's 500 and something teams that are making it. And so I got to literally go through all those teams, make sure I put who's here, who's there, yada, yada. And yeah, it is going to be, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And Terry one said, yeah, I think you have to hit close to 400 to make it through a lot of scoring this week. I don't think so. I said it a little bit earlier, I think that, we've had some weeks with like 100 and something teams or whatever, like making it over 400. Like, I feel if you make it over 400, I mean, you're going to be good. Like, I feel like there's almost no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Unless like this was the week that every team just decided to do that. But I bet it's like somewhere close to like I bet there's teams that are like 320, 330 that like skate in. Maybe I'm wrong because it was a higher scoring week. But I feel like with this many teams, I bet, if you don't hit 300, you're not moving on. But I bet there's still teams somewhere below 330 that make it. There might not be that many, but I bet there's some that make it. And that's just a guess. So if you score 339 and you don't make it, just remember, I'm just guessing. But even like last year, I feel, let me, actually, no, I think maybe this year, maybe I'll save the numbers, because last year I don't think I saved any of the numbers. Like I still have like who was there in week 17 or whatever, but I don't think I saved. What's it called? Like playoff finishes or anything. Let's see. Yeah, I only have the last one. But even then, last year, there was only like you didn't even have to score 400 to make it into the money last year. So yeah, it's just kind of crazy. And you know what's crazy is like last year, there was 74 people who made the finals, like week 17. This year, there's going to be 70 people who get paid out in week 17. And so like, there's going to be like double that actually make it to week 17. Yeah, let's see what happens. Last year I had one team that made it in the money. It was Crispy and Derek. I think those were the guys who had 2 teams make it in the money. Yeah. All right. And you know what? We're gonna keep today short and sweet. I got a lot of work to do behind the scenes with some leagues, so I think I'm gonna go get to that. And don't forget 420crew.com, 420crewmerch.com, fantasyfootballhustler.com. And I'll be back for Monday Night Football. We got a lot of games, lot of games and a lot of implications on the line. It is going to be fun. So make sure you guys are here for Monday Night Football. And Toyota One said some money is better than no money. Hopefully I can get there for sure. And yeah, you got a lot of teams in there. So let's see how they all do this week. And we'll see you guys for Monday Night Football. And hopefully we're celebrating with some Monday Night Miracles. We'll see you then. Peace out.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.